Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got the first round between Diego Schwartzman and Gael Monfils going head-to-head. How's everybody doing? First round matchup. The guys are currently practicing their serves. Hey, how's it going, Zara? Hopefully you're doing good. Hello, hello. US Open. USO. I had to do this one. I was considering doing some of the other ones. Zhang versus Anisimova was one that I was thinking about commentating. I knew I couldn't do 3 today. I wanted to do at least 2. I knew I wanted to do Djokovic in the night match. For Quality Shot Tennis, I'm the American commentator here. Like, we don't have a lot of American commentators, so I'm really like the only one that can do the night matches unless somebody wants to do it at 4:30 in the morning. So I wanted to take the Djokovic match because that'll be a big one. But then also, Monfils versus Schwartzman. These two guys, legends. Two of the most, they have two of the biggest legacies outside of the big three or I'll say this, for guys that never reached the top 5, Diego Schwartzman and Gael Monfils have a lot of fans. Like, it's crazy how much these guys are loved despite never reaching the top 5 in the world. Because they're both talented guys, very down-to-earth guys. It's hard not to like them. And Schwartzman, it could be his last Grand Slam. He had to qualify into this U.S. Open, which he did, winning 3 matches, which is already a great sign of form. And I think Schwartzman is underrated at the U.S. Open. He's reached the quarterfinals here before. He plays well here. So I like him here. This is actually the first time these two guys will play on outdoor hard courts. They played twice on clay and 3 times on indoor hard courts. Their first 2 meetings were on clay, last 3 on indoor hard courts. Their last meeting was in Vienna in 2021. Schwartzman leads that TED 3-2, which is very good for Schwartzman. He won both their last 2 meetings, like I said, both on indoor hard courts, which you would think should favor Gael, who is the bigger, who hits the ball bigger than Schwartzman between the two of them. And serves bigger. You would think that indoor hard courts favor Gael, but Schwartzman's won the last 2 meetings. So Gael is the big favorite, but Schwartzman's done pretty well in this matchup. And yeah, let's see what all happens. Gael to serve here first. Excited for it. Hey, we already got some people coming in. Awesome. Hell yeah. Some tennis fans. Or some pretend tennis fans, but we got people. Serve from Gael. That's an ace. Schwartzman swings at it, but can't get it. Team love. Some kick on the serve can do good against Diego. Just is what it is. Forehand, cross court. Very good. Huge from Gael. Gael's been playing great recently. He won UTS, which really shouldn't mean anything, but he was playing amazing during the tournament. So that's the only thing I'll say. I don't really look at exhibitions, especially UTS of all things, for anything. But the only thing I will look at exhibitions to see if somebody's level is higher than either I've ever seen them play, or if it's higher than I've seen them play in a long time. And I would say that was the case for Monfils there. He was hitting some incredible shots. He's in really good form. That's another huge forehand from Monfils. So 40-15. That's really the only thing to pay only reason to why you'd pay that much attention to exhibitions. Because other than that, unless the level is just really notable, or then it doesn't matter. But I would say the level was notable. That he reached such a high level that it was notable. Serve from Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman, forehand of Monfils. That goes out, 40-30. Appreciate everybody joining in. We especially have a lot of people during the ends of the Grand Slams, but thanks, guys, for joining into the first round as well. And like I was saying, 2 fun names here. Gael definitely with way more momentum. Schwartzman is retiring for a reason. His game is not what it used to be. It's hard to play a game like Schwartzman the older you get. Like Michael Chang, he really kind of dropped off by the age 30. You know, it's hard to play this kind of grinding, maybe more defensive style, or at least counter-punching style, where you really have to rely on your speed and lateral movement. It's hard to play that style really late into a career, which is why I kind of really hope that Medvedev can figure it out at one of these hardcourt majors and get another slam in the bank in the next couple of years, because you never know how long the guy is going to be at the level that he's at right now. I have a feeling he's going to stay around because he's that kind of a player. He's so good. But I wonder if he's going to be able to, if he's going to be capable of winning slams past the age of 31, 32, etc., you know? Because he relies so much on lateral movement and movement from the back as well. Also, he's also 6'6". Hey, Lexi. Dominic Thiem, yeah. Last Grand Slam match, which sucks. I love Thiem. Love Thiem. The guy's been so fun to watch, so that sucks. But yeah, I mean, it's been tough to watch the last few years, though, to be honest. So I just remembering the best of Thiem and wishing him the best. Vienna will be his last event. Hopefully he can have at least a good last match there. He had a great Vienna tournament like 2022 out of nowhere, so never know, but I'm expecting that we're not really going to see that many more wins out of Thiem. I don't even know when's the last time he's won a match. I think I looked this up, actually, but I have the memory of a goldfish. Maybe it was against, like, Martyrer in some clay tournament. Martyrer, who lost his Zverev today. We haven't had a lot of upsets on the men's side so far. Martyrer did take a set off Zverev. Bublik lost to Shang. Shout out to Jerry Shang, who I got a chance to speak to at the Atlanta Open, who's very, very nice kid. Very, very, very nice kid. $15 here with Diego serving. And yeah, he's a rising star, Jerry. So good to see that. On the women's side, Sakkari had to retire. Yamstremska lost. So those are some of the biggest stories so far, I guess. Nothing crazy massive so far, maybe outside of Sakkari, but she just isn't performing at the slams anyway, or in general. That's a forehand the net, so it's 15-30 to Gael. Not a super fan, but it was really sad earlier. Yeah, I was watching the first set. I was happy that Thiem was keeping it mostly close, but I kind of tuned off after that. Yeah, I was a super fan. I was a super fan of Thiem. He was my second favorite player for a bit, along with Roger, especially after their Indian Wells final and after the 2019 Roland Garros final with Rafa. I was a huge fan of Thiem during that period of time. I also just love the one-handed backhand. Anybody who has a one-handed backhand, it's a huge plus in my book. Like, automatic fan, stan, love them, you know. Maybe outside of Tsitsipas. They have to have a good one-handed backhand. They can't shank every one-handed backhand. Tsitsipas is the exception. No offense to Tsitsipas in general, but also, yeah, outside of Tsitsipas. It's a good forehand from Schwartzman. So game point here. Backhand Monfils, the backhand of Schwartzman, backhand Monfils, going backhand rally. Carving out some angles, Schwartzman, pulling Monfils wide to the ad side, and the backhand goes out from Monfils. Solid rally from Schwartzman there, 1-1. So we know that Schwartzman hasn't been having success recently, but I kind of want to look at exactly what his recent results have been. So looking at his recent results, I think his last two tournaments were the qualifying of French Open and Wimbledon. Maybe outside of Challengers, I need to see. I'm assuming he played some Challengers or something. I haven't really been following Diego's journey. Yeah, so, wow. So before this, he lost first round qualifying at Wimbledon to a guy ranked outside the top 300 in the world. He lost to Quentin Hallis in the second round of qualifying of Roland Garros. He got through qualifying of Rome, where he always plays well. Lost to Vukic. Lost to Madrid. Lost qualifying in Madrid. He hasn't won a main draw match in I don't know how long. Got through qualifying Barcelona. Lost to Lajovic. Lost first round qualifying Monte Carlo. Lost to Safulin first round of main draw in Miami. I genuinely, has he won a main draw match all year? That's sad, man. What happened to Diego? Wow, Diego Schwartzman hasn't won a single main draw match all year. That's nuts. I didn't realize it was that dismal. That's honestly sad, man, because Diego is too talented to have fallen off in that way. But now it makes even way more sense why he's putting down the racket. Yeah, 0-7 is his win-loss record because he hasn't won a main draw match. They don't count qualifying wins. The last main draw match that Schwartzman won, this is kind of incredible. The last main draw match that Schwartzman won was against Francisco Cerundolo in Tokyo. 6-4, 6-1. That's really strange. Last year, Tokyo. Breakpoint here for Schwartzman, by the way. Huge point in this match. Forehand chip return. Forehand of Monfils. The backhand slice of Schwartzman. Forehand of Monfils. Forehand of Diego inside out. Backhand of Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman. Hits over to the backhand of Gael. Backhand Schwartzman going backhand to backhand. Backhand down the line. Forehand of Gael. Way behind the baseline. Forehand. That's big from Schwartzman. Goes where he gets it. 2-1 for Schwartzman. So he is a huge underdog in this match. Even way more than I thought he was. Because this guy is 0-7 on the season. He's won more matches if you count qualifying. And I know you say qualifying, you're like, oh, whatever. Like qualifying, yeah. Skip to the main draw. But if you think about it, qualifying has players that are inside the top 200, 250 in the world. So that at least gives you some kind of shred of confidence when you win matches like that. He got through qualifying like 5 or 6 times. Lost in the first round of main draw. And he does play better at the U.S. Open. So that's the kind of hopeful argument for Diego. But really, this is going to be really difficult. I don't expect there to be that much of a difference for Schwartzman, maybe on his serve compared to his return games, but we'll see. Although Monfils has been serving well, so who knows? Let's Lamonf cook will feed farms, yeah, maybe, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if Schwartzman even shows up to an exciting level. Rublev just obliterated his racket. Isn't he up 2 sets to love? He's playing the same guy who pushed him to 5 sets in Melbourne. Yeah, he's literally serving for the match to win it in straight sets. Why did he demolish his racket? This guy's going to be winning 6-0, 5-0 and just going nuts on the court and smashing his racket to smithereens. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know. I just feel bad for Rublev, to be honest, but it is what it is. Proper Russian. Didn't really break, just got one heck of a beating. Did y'all see the Mickelson situation? Alex Mickelson in the final of Winston-Salem hit a ball into the crowd and they just let him keep playing. Mickelson didn't even apologize to the woman in the crowd, really. He just kind of put his head down. I don't know. There's no consistency. Tennis is becoming a joke. There's no consistency, you know? Like, not to be negative, but there's been so many situations like that where it feels like there's just such either a double standard or what. Like, if you hit somebody in the crowd, that's worse than like anything else you can do. And why are we looking for the reaction of the person in the crowd to determine those situations? I'm just saying, to me, it makes no sense. It feels like there's a double standard there in a lot of ways, with a lot of similar situations that went another way. Like, there needs to be some kind of consistency. Forehand in the ground from Schwartzman, so it's 15-30. Gigo versus Stefanos, Monte Carlo semifinal, one of my favorite matches. Lexi, you and I are in the same boat with that one. I love that match to bits. There's a lot of Schwartzman matches I love. I love Schwartzman versus Team at Roland Garros in whatever year that was, 2020, 2019. I think 2020, because that's when Schwartzman got to the semifinals. Or no, wait, hold up. No, it was the year before that, I think. Because it was Team, I think, who ended up winning, then lost to Gaston or something. Because he was so tired after the match against Schwartzman. Yeah, I'm mixing up the 2 years. What a match that was. Also, Schwartzman beating Rafa in Rome, 2020. It's been some good matches. All right, it's 30-all. Schwartzman here, serving at 2-1. 13 minutes into this contest. That goes out from looked at. Back point for Monfils. All things considered, this would be a really crazy match for Schwartzman to win. He's already won 3 matches here, but this would be a really crazy, on paper, this would be a really crazy match for Schwartzman to win, considering how his year has gone. Forehand of Monfils, the backhand of Schwartzman. Forehand of Monfils. Putting a lot of height on the ball. Schwartzman backhand. Forehand of Monfils. That goes out. Deuce. Let's go Schwartzman. Doing well. Diego doing well. Hey, how's it going, Peaches? I think QST fam, Squeaky and I are this match. We'll shout out QTS. Hey, I appreciate it. Hell yeah. Miss you, Anthony. Yeah, listen, I missed you too. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. Good to have you on the stream. I mean, I can't see you. Can't see you at all, but you can see me, which is like half of. That's good enough. Forehand goes out from Schwartzman, so it's advantage. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I love doing these streams and having you in the chat, talking about all kinds of stuff, tennis stuff. Hey, how's it going, Ghost? Afternoon, Anthony in chat. How are y'all doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty tired, but doing good. Doing pretty good. I can't believe the U.S. Open's already here. I'll be going to New York for like a 5 or 6 day trip. I'll be going to the U.S. Open for a couple days on the 3rd and the 5th. So, guys, if you're going to the U.S. Open, please let me know. You can DM me at Anthony's_tennis or on X in particular, or you can type it up in the chat. I'd love to meet up, or especially at the U.S. Open. That goes out, hits the tape off Schwartzman backhand and floats wide, so it's 2-2. Monfils gets the break back. Prediction, by the way, I got Monfils in straight sets. I've got Monfils in straight sets. Looking at their records, because Monfils is playing amazing right now. And obviously, he's rolling off the high of beating Alcaraz in Cincinnati. He had to play 2 matches in 1 day, which was stupid. Because, listen, he took the first set off of Runa. It looked like he's been in some crazy form, Monfils. It would be great to see if he could have a great U.S. Open. I kind of want to look more at what his draw is, because, I mean, he's playing really well. Monfils is one of these guys that I really just never count out. He really is. There are very few that I really just never count them out. For me, guys like that, Djokovic, Rafa, Gael, Sinner, and Alcaraz. Like, of the current tour, like, those are the guys I just never count them out. So basically, Sinner, Alcaraz, the big 3 that are left, and Monfils. He's one of these guys I just don't count out. Yeah, so winner of this one takes on Casper Ruud as well, by the way. So winner of this match takes on Casper Ruud in the second round, which is a very tough match. But Casper Ruud, notorious. Second round loser at slams. He either reaches the final or he loses in the second round. So listen, you've got a 50-50 chance there. Yeah, you have to say you got a 50-50 shot. Yeah, it's 50-50 there. Round 1 US Open. Let's effing go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let me catch up to chat because I'm like miles behind. And I know I'm reading comments that y'all left like 14 hours ago. It was the best of teams. It was the worst of teams. Yeah, it's sad, man. Sabath Wielch just took a tumble. He's still sitting on court. It looks like he's holding his left calf. Jeez. Sabath Wielch is down like he's in pain. Well, the match is almost over, no? Let me look at the score. Yeah, Rublev won. Okay. I guess with help of that, but Tsitsipas's ruining his image. Ruining the image. Yeah. His one-handed backhand, yep. Yeah, one-handed backhands are great, but Steph is not up in that conversation at all. Team did get slam titles in the record book. Do you think he'll make the Hall of Fame? I don't know what constitutes making the Hall of Fame at this point. I would like some consistency on what makes a Hall of Fame player a Hall of Fame player. I won't mind either way. I think he's been a really notable name in this sport. So I won't mind either way. There are other guys with one Grand Slam title that I feel like deserve it more. Medvedev, Roddick, Del Potro, and Tomas Muster, I would say deserve it more. So not all one Grand Slam title champions are built the same. There are some that I think deserve it less, like Marin Cilic, Mark Edmondson, although Cilic could be in the Hall of Fame. But I would like to know how the rules apply. Because also, Team lost 2 Roland Garros finals to Rafa. So you'd have to think, and I think he lost another semifinal to Rafa or something. So you'd have to think that he would have had a shot at winning 3 or 4 Roland. He would have won 3 or 4 Roland Garros had it not been for Rafa, who's just next level on clay. Which is, I mean, it's like saying water is wet. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to know what makes a Hall of Fame player. I really can't answer that because I don't know what constituted it. I almost want to say no. And then just say, like, you have to have won at least 2-3 Grand Slams, or you have to have been world number 1, or this and this and this, or you have to, like, make a really notable exception. Like, to me, like, Del Potro is a really notable exception because of all of his injuries, but he showed that he had what it takes, in my opinion, to become world number 1 and win more than 1 Grand Slam. So, to me, that's my gut feeling, to be honest. That's my instinct to say that. But I can understand the other side too. That's my instinct to say that, because Hall of Fame is serious. Like, that's like Hall of Fame is a serious thing. Like, that is the people who absolutely made this sport and are at the very top echelon. You could put team there, but that's kind of how I feel. All right, 30 love here. Serve from Diego, the Argentine. That's in the net. Second serve. Gael ready to return. Backhand. The forehand of Schwartzman. Backhand of Gael sliding into it. And he hits that long off the backhand. So 40 love for Diego. If they won 1 slam, are they qualified for the Hall of Fame? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go away, Stefanos. Yeah, exactly. Diego in the mud then. Yeah, we'll see. I just heard from Cam, we were discussing the 1 slam of Emma. He said, big possibility. Yeah, I mean, Raducanu doesn't deserve the Hall of Fame, for example. So 1 slam does not equal Hall of Fame for me. I really think that it should be like at least 3 slams, world number 1, or a big exception. Like a reason to have a big exception. Like Medvedev, who had to play Rafa Novak in like 4 or 5 finals, and he reached world number 1. So Medvedev does count in, but like a big exception would be like Del Potro, for example. I think like he's a good exception. But to me, a Hall of Fame player is 3 slams or world number 1, with some exceptions. Or like great activists, or like, did something that completely changed the game in a really notable way. Like that could also be an exception. That's my opinion. To me, Team would probably slightly not count in, as much as I absolutely adore Team. But not a strong opinion, but that's my opinion. Forehand, inside out to the backhand Monfils. Forehand Schwartzman. Forehand Monfils. That goes long. Off the chip forehand. So it's 3-3. Schwartzman doing well to stay close here. Do we know why Sakura withdrew from the first set? I don't know. I wasn't watching. I haven't heard anything. Sakura had a right shoulder neck injury. Okay, there you go. There you go. Mickelson hit someone. Yeah, Mickelson launched a rocket. Yeah, absolute rocket at somebody in the crowd. You just don't hit a ball like that when there are people everywhere. Like, you hit it so low. I mean, I know people hit balls into the crowd, but just can't hit a ball that way. To me, if it's the same thing as if you're hitting somebody on the court. You're hitting a fan, a spectator. It's like almost worse. Like, to me, the rules have to be consistent, and it just seems a bit ridiculous how Rublev and Shapovalov get defaulted for, these kind of situations for basically like speaking or shouting. And then you have Mickelson absolutely launch a rocket really low over the net, hit somebody in the crowd, they're hurt, and then doesn't get defaulted. And I don't have anything against Mickelson. I've only spoken positive things of Mickelson. I still don't really have anything against Mickelson, but he made a mistake. And I just think that the rules in tennis have to be applied more consistently, because it's making tennis look like a bit of a joke, in my opinion. First serve in the net from Monfils. All of this is my opinion. Backhand Schwartzman. Backhand Monfils going backhand to backhand. That's in the net. 15 all. Rublev just won. Hell yeah. Good to see for him. Rublev might be the GOAT then. Yeah. I'd love to see Andre make the semifinal of a slam finally. Also, JPEG Mafia on the women's side. I'd love to see Pegula get it done. Pegula's even crazier. Like, Rublev's gone to like 20 quarterfinals, which is why that's crazy, but he's also played like Novak and Alcaraz in every single quarterfinal, so it's not that crazy. Like, he's always lost to the guy who's won the whole Grand Slam. Big serve out wide from Monfils. But Pegula, she's won like 3 or 4 Masters. She's been in the top 5 for like 150 weeks or something, or 100 plus weeks. Like, I feel like it's even crazier. Pegula's never made the semifinals of a slam. Got to the final of the WTA finals. That goes out from Schwartzman in that due side corner. And it is 4-3 for Monfils, who's still serving very, very well. Very close proceeding so far. Look at some of the stats just to see where we're at, but we'll show good numbers for Monfils on serve. Yep. 64% first serves in, 11 for 14 on first serve. That's what you want. They did both get break each other, so that also happened. And yeah. I mean, it's not been exceptionally high level, but it's been pretty standard. Fairly standard. Fairly standard. During the final versus Sonego, he made it look like he was really sad. This lady just forgave him and allowed him to continue to play. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, listen, I've said my opinion before. My opinion before on those kind of situations. Like, it seems like there's a double standard. That's all I'm going to say. It seems like there's a double standard. And I think that should be a default. I'm not saying that none of those situations should be defaults, but we have to have the rules in place there. Good turnout for Rublev, say both wheels. They must remember their Aussie Open 5-setter. Yeah. US Open crowds know what's up. They know what's up. All right, I'll be right back in a moment. Well, we're going to get started with 4-3 game in a second. Late stages of the set are going to be way more interesting than what we've had so far as well, I think. No 5-setters, right? Boring. Well, we've had no. There's one. We had Shang versus Bublik, which was 5 sets. Speaking of, we can look at what other scores we've had. Musetti just narrowly won a tiebreaker versus Musetti. There's a close match going on between Pedro Martinez and Kaznikowski, whoever that is. Haven't heard of him, but Cerundolo, who has had a really tough season, is currently losing to Sebastian Offner, who continues to be the best player that no one's heard of. Or no one's watched anyway. But he's great. He's a great player. Keys and Yakova is a great first round match as well, which is going on. Keys is up 4-2. Madsen Keys had an underrated U.S. Open last year because she was, if you watch Keys versus Sabalenka, you know she played out of her absolute mind up until 6-4, 5-4 when she was serving for the match, that she dropped her serve in like under a minute with a horrific game. And then the rest of the match was absolutely amazing. That was an amazing match. I love great classic tennis matches. Those are so fun to watch. Just sports in general, when the heat of the moment and those close battles, it's so fun. We had so many great matches last year on the men's and women's side. It was kind of crazy. That's a great serve out wide. Kind of surprised at how close Schwartzman is making this so far, to be honest. It's a good sign, though. Not for Rublev. He won in 3. Yep. The lady forgave him. We'll respect her for sure. But Anthony makes a good point about rule consistency. Yeah, there needs to be consistency. Bublik Shang had a good 3-setter. Yep. Are you staying in Eubanks Hotel? I know how you Hotlanta boys stick together. As if I know Chris Eubanks, you know? He doesn't know who I am. It's just me, Benny Shelton, and Chris Eubanks in a sharing a dorm, or sharing a hotel room. 15:30. Schwartzman with a chance here. He's 2 points away from taking a break. Another one. Monfils Monfils needs to apply himself here because Schwartzman is doing well on the return. He's making Monfils play a lot. I feel like Schwartzman maybe he's done well against Gael because he's pulled Gael into some of these more longer rallies, which might not be Gael's tune. I mean, Schwartzman is just so good on defense. That's a great serve out wide. So 30 all, and another ace for Gael. Monfils likes it when he's able to be more aggressive and hit winners, and it's just hard to do that against Diego. So that could be something. First serve is in the net. Schwartzman's done way better on the second serve return than the first. Chance here. Is Gael going to go big? He does, down the middle. Forehand is very big. Backhand, Schwartzman gets it. He's in this rally now. Awkward there. The wind is obvious at the moment. Forehand down the line to the backhand of Gael. Forehand of Schwartzman. The backhand of Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman. The forehand of Monfils. One of the crucial rallies of this match. Does Schwartzman have the confidence here to go for it? He does. He's going for it. Forehand of Schwartzman. Cross court. Forehand of Monfils. Goes back cross court. Forehand Schwartzman pulls it down the line, but he went for a little bit too much there. He had that shot. Why he didn't have to make it as tight and as pretty as he did. He didn't have to make it as nice and pretty as he did. He could have just kind of, but tennis is so small margin. Like he had that shot, he just didn't have the right, just didn't quite hit it right. All right, here we go. It's a double fault. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Remember when Nikkei hit the ball to the ground and bounced straight to the kid from the crowd? He was forgiven 2000 AO. Yeah, I remember that, playing doubles. Yep. Yeah, also, similar to when he was playing Tsitsipas, and he was saying, listen, Why is Titsbots hitting balls at the crowd and nothing's happening? And they don't jinx Casper? Yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, listen, I'm just saying, like, he either second round or finals. That's his bread and butter, Casper. If you know one thing about Casper, he will not play on grass. He just will not even really try. He'll either lose in the final or the second round of a slam. Back in Monfils, back end of Schwartzman's a fantastic volley, gets the break point. Here we go, OG Schwartzman. Schwartzman playing another one of the OGs of the game of this era, and he's kind of forgetting his form of the last 12 months. What a volley there from Diego. He's got the talent. You don't even think about it twice. The talent on the court is rushing over. Flowing over. All right, here we go. Advantage for Schwartzman. He's got to try to get this one right here, right now. Monfils will look for a big serve, which I don't think he gets there. That's a let. Rude played UTS before the Open. I wonder if he'll come to regret that. Yeah, maybe. I mean, to be too tired, but he'll come in with lots of confidence from that because he played really well. And he's been playing well, obviously, with the win over Alcaraz. All right, another serve here from Monfils. Big let's go from Gael. Huge let's go from Gael as Monfils gets a serve that's right in front of the service line. Two guys that fans will cheer for no matter where they go. Doesn't matter if they're playing in Argentina or France, they'll cheer for them wherever. It's another let's go from Monfils as he hits a serve that gets returned in the net from Schwartzman. Serve from Gael. Goes long, second serve. Backhand Schwartzman is a great return. Forehand cross court. Forehand Schwartzman, back cross court, going forehand to forehand. That goes out from Gael. He's kind of overhitting at the moment. This is so far from Gael's best right now. Good point about the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. What channel is this on, lads? ESPN. ESPN the States. Yep. UTS has a YouTube channel. Yeah. Love watching UTS. I was watching the Bublik Monfils match. I just love it. And also in Forest Hills, just that mix of like old tennis and the new tennis, like the old kind of classy stuff with like the UTS and kind of where tennis is going. Like it gave me chills. And watching Monfils and Bublik, two huge talents like that was a blast to watch that. Love the sport and love seeing two guys like that go at it in that kind of atmosphere. I hope that we see more stuff like UTS. I think it's really good for tennis. A lot of people won't like it, but I think it's good for the sport. That general direction, anyway. With some things, I mean, continue with the ATP tour and everything that we've got going on, but some of that stuff is good, I think. Backhand beforehand to Schwartzman. Forehand to Gael goes big and goes long. Monfils just overhitting. He's just overhitting. Monfils hasn't been playing better. It seems he just won UTS. Yeah, he's been playing great. So Forest Hills does have significant history. Yeah, with the finals played there back in the day. The Masters Cup, the finals played back there in the day, and U.S. Open initially in Forest Hills. So yeah, it does have a very big history, no doubt. Forehand Schwartzman defending way back behind the baseline. Forehand Schwartzman might be dropping a bit short. That's a drop shot. Schwartzman's there. What a slice! Schwartzman still got the crafty skills. And that's why these guys are loved, because they play tennis in a way that can be quite difficult, but they make it work because they just have that skill. What an athletic move from Schwartzman there. Caught Monfils off guard. He was way behind the baseline. He ran about 200 feet. And to get to that shot, sprinting from 2 corners of the court and slid into it and hit a great slice that stayed low and it got through. That's a first serve out, and I kind of feel like a break might be coming here. Monfils rushing to hit the second serve as well. Forehand, Schwartzman does make the return. Forehand big, backhand, Schwartzman defensive, forehand Schwartz, that's in the net though. Monfils staying tough. He gets the deuce. Eurosport if you're in Europe. Cool. Yep. How's it going? Let's take one. Has Monfils' serve always been this good, or has he improved it? Oh, he's always had a great serve. He's always had a great serve. I mean, he's been top 6 in the world. He's always had a good serve. I don't think it's been that much improved. It's been very good in the last couple months, I would say. That's part of why his success has risen back up. His win-loss record, because his serve's gotten to a better place, but I feel like his serve's always been pretty much this good, yeah. Another unforced error from Gael, and you just wonder because Gael is like he's turning 38 in like 2 days, so I almost wonder like could he be tired from UTS? It's a fair question. Forehand chip, forehand Monfils, forehand Schwartzman, back in Monfils, forehand Schwartzman, then forehand to forehand. Forehand down the line to the back and a Schwartzman. Back in Monfils big. Forehand chip, that's in the net. Goes back to deuce. I mean, it seems like a bit of a kind of, I don't know. I don't know if it's a fair thing to say, but it's not clear if Schwartzman is going to win another main draw ATP Tour match. I hate to say it, but it's not perfectly clear. He hasn't won one all year. He hasn't won one since October last year, and he's retiring in February. So I mean, he's in it with a chance here, and then he's got Casper in the second round. I hope he can find more success, but it would be kind of crazy if Monfils ends up like the last win of Schwartzman's career. Monfils kneeling over here, clearly tired and breathing heavy. It's been a long game. Monfils is still the huge favorite in this match. I do hope for a Casper Monfils second round, especially if Monfils is up for it, because that'd be really enticing. Wow, Monfils gets the hold and another yell there, 5-4. Crucial stuff there. Crucial stuff. I mean, there's a lot of points there that are worth mentioning. Obviously, the first one, Schwartzman goes too big on a forehand return, misses it long. And you have to make the return. And Monfils played those break points really well, to be fair. Katzma is playing. Okay, nice. I don't want to think about Cerundolo Gur. Well, what's up with Cerundolo? What's the tea there? Eubanks owns a hotel. Wow. I think Ghost just meant where he's staying at, but wow. So Jerry Shang, he's got Carbayas Baena in the second round. That's a great chance for Shang to make a third round at least. Could be Jerry Shang versus Casper Ruud. I'm not counting Shang out from having a bit of a run here. That would be amazing to see Shang having a run. Another Chinese guy qualified in named Bu, who lost to Casper Ruud in the first round. A lot of good Chinese men's players all of a sudden. Yibing Wu was back. He won a challenger last week. Yibing Wu is such a talent, it's a joke. He's such a good addition to the tour. I hope he stays healthy. Such a good addition to the tour. I love Wu Yibing. He's great. Yeah. Listen, the guy is a joke. I mean, he'll hit a forehand winner from any position on the court just out of nowhere. He's such a pace generator. By the way, Opelka and Musetti playing a close match. I mean, Musetti is just not himself outside of like when he's not playing on a natural surface. It's kind of crazy. How's Taylor Townsend doing? I kind of thought that she might have a deep run here. Yeah, she won the first set against Trevisan 6-2. She's currently down 4-2 in the second. I don't know. If she gets through that, I kind of think like she might have a run to a quarterfinal in her. Not semifinal, but I just really like Townsend at the moment. Speaking of Georgia, by the way, got a chance to talk to Townsend in Atlanta and interview her. What a great opportunity that was in Atlanta. Hope to do more of that stuff. All right, 15 all. Siniakova Keys match is pretty interesting as well. A great first round. I can't believe Siniakova's not seeded. She must be like she must be like the number 33. There's always that annoying player that's number 33 in the world. Because surely Siniakova is something like that. It's a backhand in the net from Schwartzman, 15-30. I mean, this is kind of an obvious kind of escalation of things. Schwartzman has his own chances, doesn't convert. Monfils gets his own. I back Monfils right now more than Schwartzman to put away these chances. Forehand of Monfils, and Monfils has not been at his best in this set at all. It's not been even close. It hasn't been pretty tennis, to be fair, but it's 15-40. That's another unforced error from Schwartzman. So 2 set points for Gael. 2 set points for Gael. See what Schwartzman can do to keep him away. I hope that you guys can join in for the Djokovic match later as well. He'll be taking on Radu Albot. So definitely join in for that. Backhand into the backhand slice of Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman. That's a great shot from Schwartzman. Let's go. 30-40. Come on. I'd love to see this set keep going. I want to see Schwartzman really put up a fight here. We're already 45 minutes in. We've had some long games. It's a random face in the crowd of Alina Svitolina watching on. Gael Monfils' fiance, I believe. Or I don't think fiance, maybe just wife at this point. Okay, no, they're married. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Yeah, they're together. That's my bad. They are married. That's a great serve from Schwartzman. Advantage to Schwartzman. Yeah. You're right. I don't know why. I don't know why I had a brain fart there. I'm mixing it up with somebody else or something. But yeah, that's right. I think if Monfils wins in straight sets, this will be big for his momentum. Oh yeah, absolutely. He also needs it because we've been talking about, but he just finished playing UTS. He's going to be tired. I would think if he goes straight from UTS to US Open, he has to play 5-set matches. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to have you in here. That's Faison in the chat, by the way. Is Townsend from Georgia? I thought she was a Chicago gal. A Chicago gal. Well, she resides in ATL and she practices around here a lot. Keeson Yakova, is that now? Yeah, that's happening at the moment. There's a lot of baby mama, yeah. Yeah, Townsend practices a lot in ATL. Good from Peke, yep. Getting to 5-5 saves 2 set points. That could have been that could have been a dire situation. 47 minutes played, long first set. Schwartzman still in it. It's Monfils with the serve, though. He'd like some first serves here. Schwartzman doing really, really well on the return and getting into these rallies. Monfils just overhitting when he's getting into these rallies. Forehand goes out. 30 love. He just won the first set 6-4. Yep. Serve. Forehand Schwartzman. Backhand. Forehand chip. He goes for a Federer there. Fake Fake drop shot, but kind of a slice drive, but he misses it wide. 40 love. Schwartzman looking a bit nervous out there. Just not really used to this moment, I feel. Serve into the net from Monfils. Second serve. Backhand, forehand volley, put away. 40-15. Keys broke in the first game of the second set. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she's serving now at 15 love, 1-0. Yeah, Keys always performs well at the U.S. Open. What's her win rate at the U.S. Open? I feel like it's quite high. Obviously, she's reached the final here, but I feel like she's a consistently good performer here. I don't think she did that well the year after she got to the final. I'm kind of remembering that. No, that's not right. Okay, so she got to the semifinal the year after. 2021, she lost in the first round. Yeah, she has a 72% win rate at the U.S. Open, which is quite high. Yeah, Madsen Keys does well at the slams. It's another backhand out from Monfils, and Schwartzman still getting into these longer rallies, and Monfils just overhitting. This could be tough for Monfils if Schwartzman can mentally kind of grit his teeth in this match. This could be a tough one for Monfils. I don't think Schwartzman is a great matchup for Gael. He's leading that TED 3-2. He won their last two meetings, even though it was on indoor hard courts, which I feel like is not a surface which will favor Schwartzman more than Gael. Gael hitting a lot of, these are some poor first serves from him. It's not a great second serve either, but Schwartzman forehand in the net. That's a good thing about a 40 love lead. You can get to 40-30 and still just one forehand bad return from the opponent and the game's over. And it's 6-5. So Laver only invites the players from the top 20. Sorry, Laver. Oh, Laver Cup. No, they've done players outside the top 20. I mean, Roger was way outside. When Roger was retiring, he was way outside the top 20. So was Murray as well. No, there's no rules like that, but obviously they would prefer to have the top 20 players, and I don't blame them. I definitely don't blame them for that. Yeah, that'll be in Berlin. Have the full rosters been announced for Laver Cup? I saw some of them have been announced. Yeah, so Alcaraz, Zverev, Medvedev, Ruud. I mean, how is Team World even going to compete? This tournament is making less and less sense to me. It's never that competitive. Either Team World or Team Europe has a huge advantage. I mean, look at this. Alcaraz, Zverev, Medvedev, Ruud, Tsitsipas, Rafa. It's like the freaking Avengers. Then the other side, you have got Demonor, Fritz, Shelton, Paul, Tiafoe, and Tabilo. I mean, World has no chance. I mean, no offense to, I love those American guys, and Demonor has been playing awesome, and Tabilo is also a very superb player. But, I mean, when you're looking at the roster of players, you have to say on paper, Team Europe is almost like twofold what World is. Like, that's a really weird roster of players. I hope I'm wrong, but they need to find a way to make him more consistently competitive. It's a great shot from Schwartzman's way he's done his whole career. It's just having that speed and that craftiness, those hand skills that can make shot points tough out of nowhere from really tough defensive positions. Just craft your way out. Arts and crafts on a tennis court. That's Schwartzman. Forehand of Schwartzman. Inside out's a great angle. Forehand Schwartzman. Kind of a weird half volley shot. Lob from Monfils. That's in. Tweener from way behind the baseline. Forehand Monfils. Schwartzman's in the net. Oh, what a rally, though. That's fun. Get your ticket. You get your ticket's worth. How did Schwartzman do that? That was a magic act. That was a tough tweener to pull off. He was basically in the crowd hitting that. There's no replay yet for some reason, but okay, here you go. Everybody wants to see the tweener. They didn't even show a replay of the tweener. They showed the forehand, the net. Makes no sense to me. They'll probably show it during the after the set is over, but come on now. We want to see the tweener. We wants to see the tweeners. That was a crazy between the leg shot. Way behind the baseline, basically hitting the back wall. Forehand of Schwartzman. Forehand of Monfils, so it's a wide. As Schwartzman was hitting the tweener, he looked to his right and he saw Daniil Medvedev hitting a return of serve. He was so far behind the baseline hitting that tweener. It was crazy. Hey, Max. Hello, hello. 3 players for each team are invited to later on ranking. Then each team captain has 3 picks. Doesn't seem these have to be inside top 20. Yeah. To lend the shoes for Team Europe to make it more even. Yeah, we need something like that. Or let them only be able to hit one serve. Team Europe, but they can only hit one serve. Something like that, you know? Or they start 3-0 down every set. Make it really even, you know? Jumping backhand of Gael. 2 points away from the set now. 2 points away from the end of the set or a tiebreaker. Depends a lot on Diego, to be honest. And Gael, who keeps overhitting and hitting unforced errors. It just shows that he is nervous or doesn't want to play in these rallies at all. This would be a huge first set for Monfils to win. I feel like he'll get a lot of energy from winning this set, but he needs it. I'll just put it that way. Definitely needs it. Forehand of Monfils, the backhand of Schwartzman goes inside out. The forehand of Monfils, forehand of Schwartzman. The backhand of Monfils, backhand of Schwartzman. Back to the forehand of Monfils, forehand of Schwartzman. Backhand to backhand. Schwartzman keeping the ball low. It's a backhand. It's a great redirect from Monfils. Forehand off his feet from Monfils. Backhand cross court. Backhand to Gael. Forehand goes inside in. What a rally here. Forehand back cross court. Forehand Monfils. An absolute battle here. Backhand cross court. Backhand Monfils. What a classic rally this. That's in the net. What a great rally there. Superb stuff from both. Guy's on his feet and it's deserved. What a rally there. I mean, there's no trick shot. The last shot was in the net, but I mean it's not gonna be replayed, but what a hell of a rally there. Great stuff from both. Carrying back the years. All right, let me know in the chat who's won this tiebreaker, what's gonna be the score. I am gonna say that you know what? With just watching this match, I kind of feel like Schwartzman might take it. I don't know. I kind of feel like Schwartzman might win this set. I'm going to go Diego 7-4. I'm going to go Schwartzman 7-4. Let me know in the chat what you think. Oh, what a forehand pass from Schwartzman. Kind of proving me right immediately a little bit. Hell of a shot there. We're on a heater at the moment. I tell you what athleticism from Schwartzman. These guys still have it. You know, you have random Instagram comments, please retire. You should retire. We wouldn't be having points like this. 1-0 for Schwartzman. Let me know in the chat your predictions for the score. If you get it right, I will shout. Whoever gets closest, I'll shout you out in the chat. I kind of feel like Diego has it. Let's see. Go, Diego, go. Let's see if he has it. Backhand Schwartzman. Forehand Monfils. Forehand Schwartzman. Backhand Monfils. Backhand Schwartzman. Backhand Monfils. Going backhand to backhand. Forehand Monfils. That's shank. 2-0. Monfils just hitting so many balls long. But there goes Anthony, so we can forgive Labor for that. Yeah, that's true. They absolutely are. We know that. Andy and Roger. God, I miss Andy and Roger. That just made me sad. Made me sad. I really do miss Andy. No Asian C3 can fit in there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I feel like we need more representation of both on Team World. A lot of it I mean, we've got 4 Americans in there. We could split it up a little bit, I would think. I mean, you do want the highest ranked people, but I also feel like we should split things up a little bit more. For one country to have 4 of the 6 people when it's called Team World is kind of crazy. Just my opinion. I say that as an American. So I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it split up a little bit more. But I mean, it needs to. We also need to have fair rankings. It's just a very difficult tournament to really make interesting in a competitive way, while also making it make sense. Wow, I mean, my gut feeling is coming to light here. It's 4-0 for Schwartzman. Monfils is hitting all these balls long. If you look on the ATP website, Schwartzman's record on the season 0-7. Monfils just won UTS, beating some great players like Tsitsipas. Back in return, that goes back in his side. 4-1. 4-1 now. I do generally back myself with tennis predictions. I'm not bad at it. I'm not bad at it. 3 points away, Diego. I mean, I still get 80% of everything wrong, but tennis is impossible. All right, 1 hour mark on the clock. It's Schwartzman at the line. Peke trying to get this done. El Peke. 4-1. Backhand, forehand Monfils. That goes out. 5-1 for Schwartzman. Really dominating this tiebreaker. Team Europe wins this year for sure. Yeah, that's what I mean. Listen, come on. There's no shot, right? Lexi, there's no shot. When you look at the teams, it just seems like, come on, put them out of their misery. Listen, Fritz Shelton, Paul Tiafa, like those are my guys, man. I'm not hating, but are they going to be able to pull this off? No. There's no hope. Okay? Let's get that settled first. Let's get that straight. So here's the thing. Alcaraz kind of might not play, in my opinion. I hope he does. Rafa, you never know. I do hope he plays as well. But if Alcaraz doesn't play, suddenly things are a little bit more even, especially because Medvedev might not be in form. Casper might not be in form either. Tsitsipas might not be in form. Zverev has played a lot of tennis, so I mean, you can make arguments, but I still feel like there's no shot. Wow, Schwartzman with a huge forehand cross court. I predicted it to be one-sided. I didn't even think it would be this one-sided. 6-1. Monfils with the line. He has to say 5-set points. If anybody can do it, it's Gael, but I think Schwartzman's got this set. I think Schwartzman's got this set. Second serve. A wide back into Schwartzman. Forehand to Gael. Goes big. That's in. Schwartzman somehow gets that. That's ridiculous. Schwartzman getting everything back. That's a lob. Back on his side. 6-2. 6-2. By the way, if you are new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to Quality Shot Tennis. Shout out all the members and all the, just constantly returning people in the chat, like Lexi and S1, all you guys who keep returning back. Oh, Schwartzman falls on the ground there. He's still in this point. This is ridiculous. That's in the net. Schwartzman wins that point after falling over. No celebration, which I love as well. He knows that's going to take a lot against Gael. Let's go. Let's go, Diego. Listen, this is kind of on paper, this is unlikely. Schwartzman's second to last tournament before the US Open was the French Open. That includes challengers and futures. He's played French Open, Wimbledon, then US Open back-to-back. He lost in the qualifying of French Open and Wimbledon. And Schwartzman has not won a main draw match of any tournament, 250 or challengers, since October last year when he beat Francisco Cerundolo. This would be a crazy cool win for Schwartzman. I still back that he's very good at the U.S. Open, that he doesn't get credit for how good he is at the U.S. Open. He's got a 62% win rate at the U.S. Open. He's reached 2 quarterfinals here. If you look at the opponents he's lost to in the other at the other U.S. Opens, I'm sure they're quite good. I think he lost to Rafa, if I'm not mistaken, at one U.S. Open. So year that Nishikori reached the semifinals of the U.S. Open 2018, he lost to Nishikori in 4 sets. That was in 2018. That was between the 2 quarterfinals Schwartzman got to. 2020, which was maybe the best year of Schwartzman's career. Who'd Schwartzman lose to? Schwartzman lost to Cameron Norrie, who had just won Indian Wells. So that's not that bad either. Like, Schwartzman's underrated at this tournament. He always plays quite well. 2022, he lost to Tiafo, and that was an incredibly good straight sets match. It was straight sets, but Schwartzman should have won that match. Both players played really well. Tiafo was on something in that tournament. 2021, he lost to Botic van de Zandschulp. Van de Zandschulp was playing really well. Team USA. Yeah, it's more Team USA than Team World, Lexi. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. This is interesting now. It's gonna take a while, this match, if Monfils gonna fight his way back. It's the best of 5 format. All right, we're getting started back up here. Schwartzman with the first set. Bit of a surprise, but you know, we know how good these guys are, but still a surprise. 15 love for Schwartzman. Monfils needs to stop overhitting. That's something he definitely needs to do. He's hitting so many balls long. It's backhand in the net from Schwartzman. Schwartzman's got to keep doing the same thing he's been doing, which is return well, get Monfils into a lot of long rallies, which is basically what he's done, and he's done it very well. Also, these are great serving stats for Schwartzman. Monfils needs to find better ways to win on the return. That's the thing that Monfils surely is probably the most disappointed by, to be honest. He's not getting enough chances on the return of serve. He's also moving not gingerly, but not quickly, which, I mean, age is a real thing as well. And after playing a lot of tennis, Cincinnati, UTS, then coming back against a pretty high-level Schwartzman. Backhand, back down the middle. Monfils is there. Schwartzman like a wall, getting everything back, which is what he's famous for. For an inside out, Schwartzman's still there. Second time I felt like this point was over. Backhand Schwartzman, cross court, the backhand of Monfils. Goes big to the forehand chip of Schwartzman. Schwartzman's still keeping this rally going. He's got to be the most annoying person to play. Forehand cross court, yeah, Monfils just gives up on it. Schwartzman is everywhere. Monfils hunched over now, and we've just only played a set, 21-shot rally. Monfils laughing because Schwartzman getting every ball back. You got to laugh. Good stuff. This is good stuff from Schwartzman, I'll tell you what. Serve, the backhand of Monfils. Great shot, 40-30. Madsen Keys with a double break on Sanyakma now. Djokovic playing later today. Also, I need to stay awake for that match, I think, so that I can cheer for the other guy. All right, fair enough. I like Radu Albot. I like watching him play. Also, I used to spend quite a lot of time on the tennis Reddit, and he he was also on the tennis Reddit. Like he's a user on that Reddit, which is quite funny to me that a professional player like is on there. So he's quite a big of a fan of watching professional tennis as well. So that kind of, I don't know, that makes me like him more for some reason. Anyway, I'm excited for that one just to see how Novak is. That Olympics win for Novak was so freaking legendary and just surreal to watch. Hard to explain. One of the most iconic moments of the Olympics for sure. It was insane. I mean, just the thought of Novak losing in 2008 to Rafa all that time ago, when people thought that when he had such a good chance for the gold medal there in that epic close match, and then was it 16 years later, literally 16 years later, that's insane. He beats Alcaraz playing his like one of the best levels of his whole career at 37 years old. Like that just, it gives you chills how much Novak locked down to make sure he got the win there. Probably one of the most inspirational performances in a while in sports. See how badly he wanted that. Literally broke down in tears afterwards. Crazy. Really crazy. Surreal that happened. But it'll be his first match since then, obviously. He hasn't had that great of a season outside of that, but he's definitely going to have a lot of momentum off of it. Like truckloads of momentum. Forehand Schwartz is everywhere. This is like peak Schwartzman. That's in too. Backhand down the line. Let's go. Forehand of Schwartzman. The backhand of Monfils. Backhand Schwartzman. Gets to it. To the backhand of Gael. Forehand of Schwartzman down the line. Backhand of Gael. Backhand slice. Backhand of Monfils down the line. Forehand Schwartzman. I almost got that too. Great level right now. Part of it is to do with the fact that Monfils is just not able to really buckle down and give his best serve performance or finish off points as well as, you know, he sometimes can. Or even probably defend in these long rallies as well as usual and do it in an effective way where he can find ways to turn defense to offense in a much more effective way. But he's still, I mean, this is great stuff from Schwartzman, who's just getting every ball back. Monfils' cardio is going to be twice as good as it was before this match afterwards. It's going to have to be. Forehand to forehand. Forehand of Schwartzman. It's the net. Goes over. Forehand down the line. Back into Schwartzman. Sliced. That goes long. 40-15. I have to get used to the longer streams because this could be a long stream, or it's gonna be because it's gonna be if Monfils wins, it's gonna be 4 sets. We've got at least 2 more to play here. Backhand goes long, 1-1. The only way for Team World to win is when Europe decides to play like what they did last year. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be something just Team Europe just decides they just absolutely can't even hit the ball. Last year was crazy. Novak, Yahoo, easy win, no sweat, love it. Yeah, it will be. Alba is ranked on 138, so should be easy pickings for Djokovic. Yeah, it will be. I think Novak is going to crush him. I think he's going to be like 6-1, 6-2, 6-1 or something. Maybe a bagel even. Not going to lie. No offense to Albot, but it's going to be easy. Backhand. Although, I mean, Novak first round of slams, I've seen hard ones for Novak before, but I don't think it's going to be at all. Backhand in the net. So, love 15. Lamont Bagel, third set. We will be there. Okay. Well, what happens this set? Bagel in the third set. What's going on in the second. What's been match of the day? It's a good question. I mean, Shang versus Bublik was 5 sets, and that was pretty good. From the little I saw, I barely watched it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's been that outstanding of a match yet, honestly. But probably Shang versus Bublik. Shelton versus Team was sad. So if you like sadness, then that one was the match of the day. Taylor Townsend got the breakback versus Trevisan. I really feel like Townsend's going to get to the quarterfinals or semifinals here. I'm feeling a deep run for Townsend. I don't remember what her draw is exactly, though. I need to look at that. The back end of Schwartzman. Back end across court. Back into Schwartzman again. Goes cross court, back and down line. Forehand to Schwartzman. Back in Monfils. Both these guys have great shots off both wings. We know that. Back into backhand. Such long rallies. Forehand cross court, the forehand to Monfils. Backhand Schwartzman goes big. The back of Monfils, he's there. These rallies are never ending. Backhand, Monfils pulls the trigger because he just can't find a way in these rallies. Monfils still a bit hunched over. Listen, this might be an outlasting battle. Schwartzman can, keep this up, then I think Monfils might not have enough. If Schwartzman can win this set, continuing to play 20-plus shot rallies, I don't know if Monfils has enough in the tank to come back from 2 sets down. If Schwartzman can just keep this up for this set, then it might be over. I don't like to say that with Gael. It's not over, but I mean, certainly with Schwartzman on the other side, hasn't won a match all year, but that's a path to victory for Schwartzman. I'll just say that. Keep this level up. Monfils certainly not even at 50% of his best. But I mean, he's not playing not completely terrible, but it's not good. Not great for sure. 30 all. Chance for Monfils to get a break point. Forehand, the back into Schwartzman. Back into Monfils goes cross court. The back into Schwartzman. Back into Monfils. Going back into backhand. Monfils should redirect down the line more than he is at the moment. He's just going cross court when he has chances to pull the trigger. He is missing a lot, but I feel like he's overhitting early, or he's just falling into these cross court rallies, and just never going for a winner. Period. Which I feel like both are bad. That said, he's got break point. Serve that catches the line. Backhand. Forehand of Schwartzman goes inside out. Backhand again. Forehand of Schwartzman inside out. Backhand Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman. These rallies are so long. What is the average rally length? 20 shots? Forehand cross court. The forehand of Monfils. Backhand Monfils down the line. Forehand of Schwartzman. Backhand Monfils. He pulls the trigger. 2-1. That's cold. With just a stare at his box. That's cold. Move from New York to Antarctica. Huge shot. Huge shot. Backhand down the line. 2-1. Great. Very cool. How's it going, Cedric? Busy. Hit the likes. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like. Hey, thanks for joining in. Monfils and Anthony has to be an epic. Yeah. Yeah, Sean. Hell yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're here for it. If this goes 5 sets, 5th set tiebreaker, that would be amazing between these two guys. All right, I'll be right back in a moment. Yeah. Well, here we go. Forehand of Monfils. That's a huge shot from Gael. 15 all. It's in the net. 30-15. Huge shot, backhand slice, the forehand of Gael. Hits the net, goes over. Schwartzman runs. How's he get that? Monfils puts it away, but what a get from Schwartzman. He still got the legs. One of the fastest guys on tour. We know that for both these guys. What a miraculous get from Schwartzman. That was really crazy. One of the best gets of the day, just the fact that he put another ball in play, but there's never going to be difficult for Monfils. Which is part of why it was amazing that Schwartzman even attempted that, because it was almost impossible to see how he was gonna. It was almost impossible for it to have anything or difficult for Monfils to deal with. Serve Monfils big to the backhand of Schwartzman. Backhand Monfils. That's in the net. Schwartzman in this game. Unforced errors. Monfils 34. Schwartzman 23. That's a lot from both players. 57 unforced errors, and we've played. Let me think. We've played. Well, we're at a set in 2-1, first of all. But 3 games. We've played 15 completed games in a tiebreaker. And we've had 57 unforced errors. That might be a world record. That might be a world record. We've had very few winners to end off these rallies as well. A lot of them have been unforced errors, not particularly forced errors either. Like, I'm sure they're keeping a forced errors count, and a lot of these there's been a lot of unforced errors to end these rallies. It's been almost every point. It's been like over half of the points have been unforced errors, it feels like. How many points have we played if 57 are unforced errors? I'm curious. What's the total points won? Yeah, so 117. So 57, 117. It's literally half of the points. That's absolutely insane. Half of the points in this match have been unforced errors. That's too big for Monfils. Love 15. I like Monfils' chances to finish this in 4 sets, but we'll see what he's got in the legs. Cerundolo always prefers the longer matches. Gurr, yeah, exactly. He's not the most popular watch on the tour. Nothing against the guy, but he's not, to me, is not a very entertaining player to watch. Not one of my favorites to watch. Forehand piece. That goes out, 15 all. Shout out Nishioka. He's currently playing. Good to see him back in some kind of form. But yeah, he's up against Kitsmanovic. That's a good match as well going on at the moment. Lehechka was having a tough match against Fuchsovic, but Fuchsovic is retired as well. Yeah, Dimitrov's up on French guy Jacquet. Don't know how to say his name. Jacquet, maybe. Forehand cross court, the forehand of Monfils staying really low, and that's a shot. That's more of a forced error though, because Monfils actually made him work for that. 57 unforced errors out of 117 points is insane. Like, the fact that that was a stat is insane. 57 out of 117. Like that's like that's like 49.5% or something. That's like 50-50. Half of the points being unforced errors. And I mean, it's not like, I don't know. I don't think this has been the most abysmal level match I've ever seen. It really hasn't been. But we've had a lot of long rallies and they've ended on a lot of unforced errors, particularly from Gael. Just overhitting. Backhand down the line, forehand of Schwartzman, forehand of Monfils. Backhand Schwartzman cross court. The angles Schwartzman can find off his backhand are insane. That goes out off the forehand, though. It's 15-40. 15-40. Monfils keeping up the high intensity that Schwartzman might not be so used to, especially in front of such a big crowd, you know? He's not used to these moments. If he's losing qualifying of French Open, Wimbledon, he hasn't played at other tournaments in the last like 5 months. Not used to this moment. Monfils is. And what a crowd atmosphere he had just endured at UTS, as well as Cincinnati. Very similar to here. Back in Monfils, cross court to the back end Schwartzman. Back in Monfils, down the line, forehand to Schwartzman. That goes out. It's a double break for Gael Monfils. What's the third set going to hold for us? That's where we're heading. Monfils going to win the set. He's up a double break. I don't see Schwartzman climbing back out of this hole. It's Monfils in the second set. Third set could be compelling. We'll see. We'll see if Monfils runs away with it, which is definitely a possibility, or Schwartzman's got more left. Where's Joe? Yeah, I don't know where Joe is. I've been missing Joe on the streams. I hope Joe is Joe's back soon. Hey, how's it going, MJ? Hello. How are you doing? I hear you opening the wine bottle. Yeah. For sure. We're in for a long match, this one. If Schwartzman can keep it close and tight. Keys got the win over Sinyakova. Townsend got the win over Trevisan. Let's go Townsend. What's her draw, actually? Because I said that even before I saw the draw. I say, without being specific. I said that she could have a really deep run at this tournament, even before the draw came out. What's her draw? Because I might change my mind, but I mean, I'll stick with what I said. But yeah, I mean, she's got Badoza in the second round. Listen, I like Townsend upsetting Badoza. That's fine. Krajikova, we'll see. It's a tough draw, to be fair, but Zachary on the other side. So that's definitely doable, though. It's doable. I could see Townsend making quarterfinal, and then who she got? She's got Coco Gauff, potentially. That could be really tough. Coco could be really tough, but we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Svitolina could take out Coco, or Emma Navarro, or Kostyuk, to be fair. Or Blinkova, who's a nightmare, you know, sometimes. Kostyuk's been a nightmare. Was a nightmare especially for the first like 3 or 4 months of the year. She's been good this year. Serve goes in for an ace. 15 love. It's a good forehand. 30 love. By the way, guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm French. Congrats. No, it's good to have you in here. I'm just joking around. Yeah, I'm assuming you're cheering on for Gael Monfils, which is pretty cool. It's good to have people from all over the world in here. It's good to see. I think that's the coolest thing about this is that we get people from all over. So, yeah. I'm assuming you're cheering on Gael, but maybe that's too big of an assumption. Backhand of Schwartzman in the net. So 5-1 for Monfils. Let's go, Gael. Doing well. I hope Schwartzman can make it a good third set, though. I may buy a Rublev match if he makes it to the weekend. Hell yeah. So MJ, what days are you going? Because I'm going to the U.S. Open on the 3rd and the 5th. Passing the stadium now on the train. Nice. That's awesome. Hope Rublev can reach the semis at a Grand Slam. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we were talking about that earlier. The fact that Pegula and Rublev have never made the semis, I almost find it weirder for Pegula, but the fact that Rublev's reached 10 of them and still hasn't done it is the weird thing, especially weird thing about his case. But Pegula, it's like exceptionally weird, but I hope that both of them can reach the semis. Backhand cross court, the backhand of Monfils. Rublev's is sad, particularly because he's had like almost all were like impossible draws. So you want to see him figure it out with an easier draw or with a tough draw. Do you know any other languages, Anthony? Yeah, so I know Russian. I was taught Russian and English at the same time as a kid, and I'm currently learning Spanish. So I don't speak a lot of Spanish, but Russian and English. Russian is the other language that I know. Pretty fluent in Russian. Forehand, I'm on feast. I speak Russian to to my parents and sometimes to my brothers, but particularly to my parents. My brothers usually I speak English, but my parents I speak Russian a lot. My grandparents as well, because part of my family is from Russia, which is how I why I know Russian. Backhand slice to Schwartzman, the backhand Monfils, backhand Schwartzman, going backhand to backhand, backhand Schwartzman, backhand Monfils, the forehand of Schwartzman, forehand Monfils, forehand Schwartzman down the line, backhand Monfils sliding into it. That goes out. 40-30. It is something cool to have in my back pocket, the fact that I can speak Russian a bit. Like I do theater, I do improv on the side. Like I had like an improv show that I was a part of with my improv troupe a couple nights ago, which was really cool. And just be having stuff like that is really cool to have in my back pocket, because if like I'm doing a scene and then it's funny if I pull out a Russian accent or me speaking like Russian, like that's something that I can pull out. So it's cool to have in my back pocket. And yeah, it's cool. All right, 2 points away is Gael here. Forehand cross court, forehand to Gael in the net, so it's advantage to Schwartzman. Hour and 32 minutes into this one. Forehand inside out, backing him on Feast down the line, forehand to Schwartzman. Forehand him on Feast goes big down the line again. Backhand Schwartzman's there, cross court. No way, what a rally. Squash shot, forehand him on Feast. Goes down the line. What a ridiculous rally. These are ridiculous rallies. They're ending off of errors, but they're amazing. They're amazing rallies. All right. 5-2 for Gael, about to serve it out. All right. Back into Monfils. Closing out the second set. Forehand to Schwartzman. Back into Monfils. Big. The back end Schwartzman goes down the line. Forehand to Monfils. Forehand Schwartzman. That goes out. 15 love. Forehand Schwartzman gets it. Forehand to Monfils. The forehand to Schwartzman. That goes out. 30 love. Big forehand from Monfils. Gets things right back into motion for what he needed. And it is 6-2. Random question. Have you heard of the singer Aliyah? I'm not sure if she was well known in the UK. RIP to her. Oh. That's terrible. I haven't heard of her. But she passed away in the last, when she passed away. Oh, long time ago. Okay, I thought it was recent. Yeah, I have not heard of her. Yeah, rest in peace. Say something in Russian. Ну, я могу говорить по-русски, я знаю много про теннис. И мне нравится bits на этой программе, где я могу смотреть разные матчи. There you go. That's some Russian speaking. Diego with the first set. This could actually be competitive. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm feeling as well. The rallies have been really good. I mean, the level's been okay. It's not been fantastic, but Schwartzman has really shown up and made things tough for Monfils. So I feel like it could actually, the potential is there for this to be quite good and competitive, which is great. Once that all lets go, it certainly could. Yep. All right, I'll be right back in a moment, guys. Just gonna get a quick bite to eat, but I'll be right back in a moment. All right, third set. Let's go. Let me hear some predictions for the third set. You spoke Russian. Great. I appreciate that. Thank you. Spasiba. Could it be 5 sets with a Musetti and Opelka match? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Runa Nakashima starting up as well, which is good. It's a good one as well. All right, love 30. This might be getting away from Diego, though. I hate to say it. Let's see. Forehand of Monfils, the forehand of Schwartzman, forehand of Monfils. Backhand Schwartzman, backhand Monfils, down the line. Forehand of Schwartzman. It's again down the line. That goes out from Monfils. We're still a lot of unforced errors happening from both guys. I mean, it's kind of forced in some ways. They're of all the unforced errors, they're the most forced ones because they're coming out of Schwartzman getting so many balls back, you know, and making Monfils' legs tired and just really wanting to overhit and finish off the points. That's the shot into the net from Schwartzman, so it's 15-40. 2 break points for Monfils. Two break points. Forehand Schwartzman, the backhand of Monfils, backhand of Schwartzman. Just stays in. Monfils defending like Schwartzman now. Backhand way behind the baseline. Forehand, that clips the tape and that goes wide and feels like things are getting away from Monfils. Could be competitive, but it doesn't look like it's heading in that direction, unfortunately. Schwartzman kind of fading away, maybe. Let's see. Did Opelka have an injury? Yeah, he had like 3 or 4 injuries over the span of 2 years. He was looking for different doctors and physios to help him from like all over the country. He even stopped by Atlanta, local, looking for different help to get back on track. So it's good to see him finding some success. I mean, this is where he's supposed to be. This is where he's supposed to be. The dude was such a promising player when he came up. Like I know he's a serve bot. He's definition serve bot, but his serve is so good. He's an absolute ace machine, and he moves very impressively for his size. And he's clearly a good player. Like, I'm happy that he's back. I'll just say that. Dimitrov tempting to go up 2-0, by the way. Forehand, the forehand of Dimitrov hits it big to the backhand of sorry, it's calling the wrong match. That was my bad. Forehand of Monfils. There's so many matches on right now. Forehand of Monfils, the forehand of Schwartzman, backhand of Monfils. That goes out, so 15-all. Ball goes up 2-1 and has a break in the fourth. Not sure about injuries. Yeah, right now there's no injuries. Right now he seems great. I just looked up her up max because I couldn't remember that song. Try Again was def a hit over here. Yeah, I don't remember her, to be honest, but I'm gonna have to look into her. Something I've absolutely loved doing though is looking at a lot of like classic albums. I've been just going through loads and loads of classic albums. Like I've been looking at Rolling Stone's like top 500 albums and just been playing through some of the best music in history. And it's been great. There's so many albums that I just never quite got around to listening to. Like I've heard songs from, but I never heard the full album. Like Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. I heard songs from that album, but just listening to it from start to finish for some reason, something I never did, might be the best album I've ever heard in my life. It really might be. Every song is an absolute banger. They're just positive vibes. So immaculately well done. The album is an experience. Feels very transformative and transcendent. It puts you into another place. I love that album. Might be the best album I've ever heard. That goes out from Monfils. Also really enjoyed Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones. Like, there are some albums that I just never really got around to listening to, but I've been loving going back and listening to some classic albums I never really got around to listening to. I've been listening to like different albums like every day while I work out or whether I do some other stuff. And it's great. Big serve from Monfils. He's got this match back in his control, back in his grasp. 2-0. By the way, check out QualityShotTennis.com because QualityShot Tennis has a website and I wrote an article on the in the blogs and articles section of QualityShotTennis.com, which is a preview of the draw, full preview of the men's draw, extensive preview, very extensive preview of the men's draw at the U.S. Open. So you can check that out on the Quality Shot Tennis website. And I'm happy to getting into writing articles, which is fun. Back in Monfils, the back forehand of Schwartzman. Oh, Schwartzman can't get a racket on it as he mistimes it, whiffs the ball. Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. Yeah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. Boney M has great songs. Hell yeah. Musetti's up 2-1. Sorry, guys. Opelka's up 3 games, 11 the fourth. Yeah, I thought that was yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, Opelka's doing well for himself though. Back in cross court. Back in Monfils. Sliding into it. How is Monfils still moving that well at 38 years old? To be able to slide on hard court at ease. The way these guys are just sliding on hard courts now is insane. It's Djokovic's influence on the game more than anything else. I mean, maybe this was always going to happen anyway, but he quit. I mean, it would not be as like everybody doing it if it wasn't for Novak. Just people learning from him. Like, the way the big three influence the game is insane. Massive. All three of those guys, obviously. And Murray as well. Serve from Diego. The forehand of Monfils. Back into Schwartzman. The backhand of Monfils. Back into Schwartzman. Forehand Schwartzman. Cross court. Forehand of Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman. Forehand to forehand. That goes out from Schwartzman. Monfils doesn't seem perfectly. Double break point here. Monfils running away with the match. Schwartzman should be proud of the effort he's given here, but he will be disappointed, rightfully so, if he just can barely win games from this point onward, which is what it's looking like at the moment. Forehand Monfils to forehand Schwartzman. Forehand Monfils. How can Schwartzman back him? Monfils hits the tape. That was going out. If it didn't hit the tape, forehand Monfils. That goes long. Monfils got extra lucky there with the net cord because that was one of the. I mean, net cords are lucky, but it's especially lucky if your ball is going well out and then it hits the net and the net pushes it back inside the court. Schwartzman, great improvisation and really survival instincts to stay inside the set with a forehand chip. The forehand chip volley to survive off the net cord. It's a survival instinct like when you're fighting a bear or when you see a bear behind you. It's a survival instinct. Net cord, hit a forehand chip volley there. You have to hit it quick or the ball's going to pass you. Survival instinct. Backhand, that's in the net. And we're back to deuce here. Schwartzman fist bumping, trying to find his way back into the set. Stay close. Runa Nakashima just started. What do we think? Nakashima is going to be tough. He was tough in Cincinnati. That's going to be a tough one for Runa. I say Runa in 5 sets. I think it's going to be 5 sets. I think that's going to be 5 sets. Runa seems, well, how did Runa do at the US Open last year? Was that like first round loss or something? Or am I misremembering? I could be totally misremembering, but I feel like he lost in like the first round last year. Could be wrong. Yeah, he did. Who'd he lose to? Proud of myself for remembering that one. I can't remember who'd he lose to. He was the 4th seed. Yeah, Runa lost to Carbais Baena. That's right, in 4 sets. Yeah, he was struggling there. Big come on from Schwartzman. As he holds, that could have, I mean, if he lost that game there, it would have felt like he's almost out of the match. Even though we're still split sets, but love that from Schwartzman staying close. I need to watch the highlights of the Coco match. Yeah, same. But listen, 6-2, 6-0, big one-sided scoreline. Hope Coco can do a 180 at the US Open. Yeah, absolutely. I find it funny when someone says he did a 360 when they mean he did a 180. Yeah, I like that. I like, Max, that you decide to say 180 because it makes way more sense. 360 is you turn your situation around, then you go back to where you started. It's getting better just to go back to doing worse again. Yeah, 180 is way better. Yeah. 360 makes no sense. That means you're exactly where you were. I wonder if Holger has already moved on after losing match points with Tiafa at the semis in Cincy. Yeah, it could be tough. I could see Nakashima winning that one. Stevie Wonder is talented. He'll have the crowd support as well. Stevie Wonder is talented. I need to listen to more songs from him. Yeah, Songs from the Key of Life is absolutely an amazing work of music. I've also been listening to Portishead, Beth Gibbons. That's amazing as well. I love the experimental weird stuff. Like, I love listening to experimental weird music. Portishead is awesome. Monfils can win this match. I think he can defeat Casper. Really? Wow. I don't think so. I think Casper wins. I'll be honest. I don't have the same faith. I think Rude wins. Casper beat Monfils in Indian Wells earlier this year, no? I think we could have similar to that. I think Rude wins. I don't see Monfils beating Casper. It could happen, but I'll happily take Casper in that one. We'll see. Forehand, inside out, back into Schwartzman, lob. Monfils runs. Oh, he gets there, but he hits it wide. That would have been a great get in a doubles match. Great lob from Schwartzman. Crowd is applauding Monfils' effort, which I love, by the way. Great atmosphere right now. What a lob from Schwartzman. He's still an incredible athlete, Schwartzman. He really is. Both these guys are. Even Monfils' attempt there was athletic. His failed attempt was athletic prowess. Schwartzman, oh, what a get! These gets are ridiculous. These gets are ridiculous. Good stuff. Great stuff. Not to sound weird with this comment, but I mean, there's not old by any means, but combined age of 70, they're moving as well as anybody on the tour. They're both moving absolutely phenomenal. Athletically incredible. Also shows how much tennis has changed. Because back in the day, you hit 31, 32, it seems like you're going to start towering down, no doubt. But Gael has still been killing it. Won a title in Stockholm last year. And obviously, we know about Novak. And Roger and Rafa. Forehand chip from Monfils. That goes out. That's going to be an absolute crucial point. 30 all. Crucial moment here. Serve from Gael. That's in the net from Schwartzman. That was a terrible return. It's a terrible return. There's not much else you can say about it. Monfils wants to keep that terrible momentum from Schwartzman and go right back to the line. Back with the serve. That was all nerves, probably. He didn't get another first serve, though, Monfils. Serve into the forehand. That goes long. We're getting so many long games here. How many points have we played? Every other game is taking forever. And the rallies have been long. Yeah, we're an hour and 55 minutes into this, which I guess isn't that long, to be fair. Are we only an hour and 55 minutes into this? Feels like longer. Second set was fairly one-sided, to be fair, but we had a few very long games there too. Forehand of Monfils goes long, and that brings it back to deuce. So many unforced errors. The level is not. I mean, it's at times the levels. I mean, they're two very impressive talents, and Schwartzman's been better than we expected, but overall, the level has not been fantastic. That's a good forehand, though. Advantage of Monfils. We haven't seen that many winners in this match, especially compared to the unforced. But I like Casper. Casper is one of my faves. Casper is definitely one of my faves. Always like rooting for the guys. Another forehand winner from Monfils. That could be an absolute crucial hold. That return from Schwartzman at 30 all, that could have really determined the momentum that this match goes in, the direction this match goes in, I should say. 3-1. Do you think Coco will win only one slam? No. Very, very confident, no. Very confident, no. She's not anywhere near this right now, but I think she wins at least 4. I'll say it. I think she wins 4 to 6. She's still very young. She's got loads of time. I mean, people like to hate on, throw hate her way, but what she's done, she's 19, 20? Like, she's already won U.S. Open and had that amazing level last year on the hard court swing. She plays well on clay courts as well. Like, if she keeps improving and finds the right direction, like in her career, like her mentality can be quite good to find ways out of matches, even when she's not playing well. She's got an great serve. She's got a great backhand. If she can improve the forehand, like I'm gonna say she wins at least 4. I'm sad that this is Team's last slam. Yeah, Dominic's team has my favorite one-handed backhand. It used to be Stanislav Wawrinka, but I just love the way Team's backhand looks. It looks different than every other one. The way he flattens it out is just so satisfying to watch. I love Team's backhand. And his matches against Rafa are iconic. Rafa versus Team is one of the most underrated rivalries of this century of tennis. Doesn't get talked about enough. Rafa versus Team, Djokovic, Del Potro. Like, those are two of the most underrated rivalries, in my opinion. Like, they always come up with amazing matches, those two rivalries. Backhand, forehand on Feast, lob, smash, put away. 15-30. Team at his prime was wonderful and breathtaking to see and watch him play. Yeah, I wish we could see Team versus Alcaraz just once. Can we see Team versus Alcaraz? I don't know why I'm asking as if, like, you guys can grant me my wish. Please, can we see Team versus Alcaraz, guys? Please? Please? Come on. But I want to see it. Is Alcaraz in Vienna? Like, is Alcaraz going to play in Vienna? Is there a possible chance that we could see that? I want to see that so bad. Backhand slice of Monfils. That stays in. Corner to corner here. Forehand chip. The backhand of Schwartzman. Cross court. Backhand slice Monfils. This might be winning a battle to win a war, but he doesn't win the battle. That's in the net for Monfils. 30 all. Schwartzman just keeping it close. I would have loved to see a prime Team and Carlos match. Yeah, exactly. We need it, Max. We need it. We need it. Carlos is not in Vienna, right? He's not scheduled to play Vienna. First serve goes out from Schwartzman. Second serve. Goes out again off the forehand wing. (30-40). By the way, Opelka serving for the fourth set to make it a 5-setter versus Musetti. It's the tape. Back in Monfils. The forehand of Musetti. Forehand of Monfils. Back in Musetti. Cross court. Back in Monfils. Going back into backhand. Forehand Monfils. Forehand Musetti. It's in the net. That's great play from Monfils. Survives the battle. 4-1 for Gael. 4-1 for Gael. Later today, I will be commentating Djokovic versus Alba. That will be at around 8:15 Eastern time. Actually, maybe I can make a better estimation of time that could start. What's the match before that? Burrell versus Stevens? Yeah, I have no idea. I can't possibly guess how long that match is going to go. Stevens could lose 6-0, 6-0. She could win 6-0, 6-0. It could be 7-6 in the third. No clue how long that match is going to go. Clara Burrell is dangerous, though. She doesn't mind a big moment like that. She's dangerous, Burrell. She really is. She's underrated. High key. High key underrated. Talking of music, apparently Oasis might finally be getting back together. That's crazy. I like Oasis. They get too much hate. They've got some great songs. And not their biggest ones either. Like, I remember listening through Oasis catalog like a year ago after a band I listened to covered them on stage. And they're a great band. Backing down the line, band I listened to, 21 Pilots. Don't listen to 21 Pilots as much anymore, but I loved them back in the day. First serve in the net from Gael. Second serve coming here. It's in the body. Goes out. 30 love from Monfils. I have a feeling the scoreline might read 6-7, 6-2, 6-2, 6-2, or 6-3 or something. Or even 6-1, 6-2 or something. This might get away from Schwartzman. It's hard to play the way that he does and really keep it up, you know, against at this level. Takes a lot, especially against a guy like Gael. Wow, what a forehand strike from Gael. That must have been 90 plus miles an hour. Huge off the forehands, 5-1. Let me know, by the way, what are your who do you predict as champions in the US Open? Let me know predictions in the chat. I've got Carlos and I've got for the women's side, I don't even know. I haven't really made my predictions for the women's at all. I kind of don't think Sabalenka's gonna win, even though she should be like the favorite. I really haven't put that much thought into it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's completely impossible to predict. Maybe Keys could win one. Maybe Madsen Keys could come out of nowhere and win it. I kind of feel like that might happen. Coco, maybe. It's impossible to say. Emma Navarro out of nowhere could. Jung could back up the Olympics with a win at the U.S. Open. Definitely possible. It's so hard to say. Rybakina could win it. Kalinskaya could win it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Like it's so hard to say. Like Krejcikova, who was going to predict that? I kind of feel like Madsen Keys is a sleeper. Forehand cross court, forehand of Schwartzman in the net, 15-30. How well has Madsen Keys been doing at recent tournaments? I'm not even going to lie. I haven't been following the women's side as closely as usual recently. Well, she retired out of Canada. It's not a great sign. Then her last one before that was Wimbledon, where she also retired. Okay, so maybe not Keys, but also never know. She'd have to do like Kim Clijsters, though, and just not play for a while and then come out of nowhere and win it on a lesser scale. Forehand of Schwartzman, the forehand of Monfils. That goes out, 30 all. So many unforced errors in this match. It's crazy. We've got to be past 75, 80 unforced errors off of both, including both players. So many unforced errors. Level's not been high, but it's still been a good watch. Schwartzman 40-30. Saj, not the Lamont Bagel. We were seated for it. Not quite. Not quite happening. Hoping Carlos can win the U.S. Open. It would be awesome. I think Carlos is going to break the U.S. Open record. Like, there's like four people. I think literally four people tied for 5 U.S. Opens. I think Carlos is going to win. I think U.S. Open might actually end up being his winningest Grand Slam. Maybe Roland Garros. I think either Roland Garros or U.S. Open. That's my prediction. I don't know. Nobody knows. I definitely don't. But he's been absolutely sensational at Wimbledon. But I kind of think that U.S. Open, the crowd warmed up to him right away. It's the first Grand Slam he won. He played incredible to win it. Absolutely incredible. Some ridiculous shot making. Last year he lost to like Medvedev, but Medvedev played absolutely out of his mind. One of the best performances from any player, in my opinion, the last 3 years, even 5 years. I stand by that. Serve from Monfils. That goes out. Second serve. Forehand. Back in Monfils. Goes wide. That'd be an interesting list to make. Best like highest levels that players reach um outside of the big three in the last like 15 years. Like certainly Stanislaus Wawrinka, like 2015 Roland Garros would be up there against Djokovic in the final. Like the highest levels that players outside of the big three reached during this era. Like that would be an interesting list to make. You'd have Alcaraz in there as well, Medvedev, Del Potro. But yeah, 1530 out of nowhere, Schwartzman kind of giving himself a chance at least in this game. Wow, what a serve from Monfils. 30 all. Slicing down the tee. I think Saba can win the US Open, possibly Iga. I don't think either of them is going to win. Let's see. I don't feel it for either one. Could age badly. Sabalenka, I could definitely see maybe, but Madsen has to be 100% mentally clutch and not crumble during matches. Yeah. Needs to do better than last year. Medvedev, my baseline camper, was goaded. Hell yeah. It was incredible, to be honest. Medvedev's always goaded, even if he's losing. Terrible drop shot from Monfils. 30-40. Horrible. Good evening, Anthony and all. I think Paulini might do as well as she did recently. Okay, Mike. I mean, listen, she got to the final of both the last Grand Slams. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Paulini's not going to, because you've got the receipts, you got the history. Historically, you're right. This year, backhand of Monfils. Schwartzman suddenly high intensity in these rallies. Backhand Monfils, the backhand Schwartzman. Backhand slice Monfils down the line. The forehand Schwartzman, forehand Monfils. Forehand Schwartzman's in the net. I like the way Schwartzman's fighting, though. I mean, you have to come to expect it to win a Grand Slam. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not feeling it for Paulini, for Iga, for Sabalenka. I feel like it's going to be somebody else. I feel like it's going to be somebody else. I mean, Fernanda has been doing well recently, but I don't think she's got something like that in her. Not yet, anyway. Backhand. Oh, what a shot from Monfils. Shot of the match from either player. One of the few winners we've had, period. It's been like literally at one point we had played 117 points and 57 of those points were unforced errors. 50%, pretty much. That's basically been the story of the match. It's not been horrible, but that was a great shot there. Forehand of Monfils, cross court, forehand of Schwartzman in the net. 2-1 for the Frenchman. But the match is not over. It's 3 out of 5. One more set to play. All I need is that Holger Grand Slam, but not happening, of course. That's not happening. That's not happening in the next couple of years. All right, I'll be back for the third set. For the fourth set. I was already here for the third set. Hey, sorry guys. Crashed for a second, but we are back for this one. Let me put the scoreboard back up. All right, here we go. All right, cool. All right, we're back at it. Here we go. We're just getting started here in the fourth set. Forehand Schwartzman, the back and Monfils down the line. Forehand Schwartzman. That goes out. Love 30. Monfils running away with it. Later on, we will have Djokovic versus Albot, which will be going on later. So definitely tune in for that one as well. Forehand inside out, the back into Monfils. Cross court, back into Schwartzman. Cross court, the back into Monfils. Back and cross court. That goes out again. Love 40. Schwartzman with the big upper hand in the set so far. There we go. That's a break for Monfils at 1-0. So it goes into the net from Schwartzman, 1-0. Monfils running away with this at this point. Nakashima took the first set 6-2. Wow. Yeah, Rune, I don't know. He lost first round here last year. And Nakashima's been playing great. He's been serving great. That's one to watch for an upset alert. But Rune, he is really not beating the allegations of just not being in the mix with Sinner and Alcaraz for the future, I don't know, because Sinner and Alcaraz would not be losing 6-2 to Nakashima. But we'll see how he keeps improving. But he is not doing great at this Djokovic to Federer and Nadal thing. More likely, it's going to be kind of a big two, kind of like Sampras and Agassi, Sinner and Alcaraz. That's what I hope for, anyway. To be honest. That goes out. 30 love for Gael Monfils. Has he lost a point yet? I don't think he's not lost a point yet. That's first point lost in the net with the forehand Monfils. 30-15. It's not been a great match. I'm not gonna lie, it's not been great from either guy. Like I said, the unforced errors count has been very, very poor. It's not been a high level match, but sometimes you got to win ugly, and that's what Monfils has done. To be honest, getting through this one, Schwartzman, I was very impressed with this level in the first set, but it's not been there for the next few. It's not been able to keep that up. Back and slice of Schwartzman. It's in the net, 2-0. 4 games away is Gael. Wasn't the U.S. Open where Rune took a set off Djokovic? Yeah, that's true. So he had that, but yeah, I mean, that was young fetus Holger. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Holger can kind of find a better way at the U.S. Open. But yeah, that was at the U.S. Open. Took a set off Novak, then just started cramping. I'm still interested. What would have happened in that match had he not cramped up? Holger always takes a set off Novak, though. Like, even if he doesn't win the match, he's gonna at least make it close. Real close. and make it difficult. Backhand, cross court, the backhand of Monfils, backhand Schwartzman, another good angle. The angles goes out. Love 15. Monfils barely losing points in the set. I think he's lost 1 point. Yeah, Monfils has lost 1 point. He's won 9. If this set was a super tiebreaker, then the score would be 9-1 for Monfils. You'd have 8 match points. Back in Monfils, the forehand of Schwartzman. Back in Monfils, forehand of Diego. That goes out. And Monfils would have just won the super tiebreaker. 10-1. Love 30. Holger not going to win a slam, Sag. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be tough for Holger. And I've said this. I was saying I still could be wrong, but I've been saying this for a while. I'm very high on Yannick. I've said for a while, future world number 1. He's going to make many, many, many slam finals. He's going to win a few slams. Holger maybe wins like 1 slam. Never going to be number 1. That's my opinion. I still think Holger is going to be really good. I think he's going to be a top 3 player. I think he's going to be he's going to have some big runs in the future, but I don't think that he's going to be anywhere near the level of Sinner and Alcaraz and where they get to and where they've gotten to. 15-30. Second point for Schwartzman. That goes out. 15-40. I said similar things about Shelton too. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I still think Shelton could win a slam though. I wouldn't be surprised if Shelton wins 1 slam. I'll say that. Whether that's Australian Open, Wimbledon, US Open, I would be surprised if it's Roland Garros. It's not going to be Roland Garros. Wimbledon, maybe. Forehand, cross court, the forehand of Monfils. That's in the net. 30-40. Third point for Schwartzman. Frank, I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very tough. I say Runo wins like 1 slam. 1 Roland Garros, maybe. Or maybe another one. I don't know. But I say he wins like 1 slam, maybe. I think he's going to be in a better way than he is right now, but he needs to find a better coaching and direction. He's got outrageous talent and athleticism and a great serve. Good serve anyway. Wow, a lot of close lines and net courts there, and it feels like Monfils we're gonna get a Monfils Casper Ruud second round of the Open. If you guys enjoy the stream so far, please don't forget to hit that like and thumbs up, all of that, and join in for the Djokovic one. We're gonna have fun. That's gonna be in a couple hours time, unless Stevens and Burrell goes like 4 hours, which would be weird. I love that song. Feel It Still by Portugal the Man. That's what they're playing in the crowd. Freaking great song. What we all know is Greek track winning Wimbledon. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Wimbledon. I wonder if Wimbledon's going to be the unpredictable slam of the next like several years. Like it's been so not unpredictable, like so predictable for the last 20 years with Djokovic and Federer nearly always winning it, and the Big Four always winning it until Alcaraz came along and ruined everything. But ruined the streak. But I wonder how things are gonna how Wimbledon is gonna be in the next like 20 years. Alcaraz could dominate. Sinner could kind of dominate. I think Sinner's gonna win a lot of Wimbledons. To be honest, I think he's gonna win at least 3 or 4 Wimbledons. Back and slice the forehand of Schwartzman. Cross court, forehand of Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman. Back in Monfils. Slice the back end of Schwartzman. Goes cross court, the back end of Monfils. Forehand Schwartzman. Cross court. This is a good rally. We've had a few of these. Backhand down the line, forehand to Schwartz, that's in the net. It's always ended on an error, but we've had a few rallies like that. Very impressive how these guys can still hit corner to corner and move corner to corner. This might be a bagel fourth set. The prediction was just a little bit too early for rank, but this might be a bagel fourth set. You're right, but a little bit early. You're ahead of your time. Backhand, that goes out. 30 love. What is the point win loss differential here? It's like 17 and 3 or 4 or something. Yeah, 14 and 3 in points won this set. It's not great for Schwartzman with 3 points. Forehand big to the back of Monfils, back forehand of Schwartzman, forehand of Gael, backhand Schwartzman, cross court. That's good depth from Gael. Just easy power from Monfils from the middle of the court. 40 love, 15 points to 3. Monfils is hunched over. I wonder if he's going to have the physical capabilities of giving a stern test to Casper. I definitely feel like Casper is going to win that second rounder. I hope Monfils proves me wrong, though. He's done that before. You got to take all the pressure off. I think Casper wins that 3 or 4 sets, but Monfils has been playing great. That's a great forehand from Monfils, 4-0. But I like Casper at the U.S. Open. What did he do at the U.S. Open last year? I just don't remember any of the results from the U.S. Open last year. It was a weird tournament. It wasn't the best one on the men's side, in my opinion. I don't remember having many crazy epic matches, to be honest. If anything, we had most of the epics in like the first or second round. Like we had some epic first round matches. Molchan Dimitrov was crazy in the first round. If you know, you know. But who did Casper lose to? I don't even remember. Trying to remember who Casper Ruud lost to last year when he was defending finals at the US Open. Casper Ruud lost to Zhang. I don't remember that at all. I slightly remember that. Wow. Yeah, 6-2 in the fifth. Zhang is an underrated player. That Lamont Bagel would hit like crack to finish it. Hell yeah. Let's see. It's love 15 here. My face like won like 22 out of 25 points or something crazy like that now. Not quite that many, but backhand cross court, the back of my face. Oh, he's picked up the level now. That's prime Lamont. That's the love 30. Great, just stepping in and hitting your spot. Wasn't easy to hit a winner off of that position. Another point for Schwartzman. 4th point, he's won the set. Gets to 15-30. 2.5 hours playing this match. A lot of long rallies. Second serve from Diego. Forehand to Monfils. Yeah, he hits a winner as just a easy picking second serve. Especially for Gael, who's really found the range off the forehand now. Diego was unable to keep that intensity in the long rallies that he had in the first set, and Monfils has just found the range and picked up his level a little bit. Still hasn't been a great match from Gael, I'm not going to lie, but that's in the net. Too many unforced errors from Gael. It's not going to be even close to cutting it against Casper, but still, I mean, 6-2, 6-2, potentially 6-0 to end this would be a statement, to be fair. Yeah, total points won 19-5 in this set. That's a great shot from Schwartzman. 3 of those coming in this game. Gets a deuce. Bagel in the bag. Lamont did his job this US Open. It's done. Pack it up. We did enough. We've seen enough. All we need is that Monfils bagel. I love it. Fair enough. That's another shot out from Monfils, though. Schwartzman has officially won more points in this game than he did before this game in this set. It's got a game point. That's pretty ridiculous to think about. Forehand of Schwartzman. The forehand of Monfils. That goes out. Game for Schwartzman, 4-1. The people in charge of the music there, they're playing good songs. They're playing good songs. I like these. Currently playing the Beatles. Ouch, this jinx. Yeah, we didn't quite get it. Oh, I don't know what I have up. Let me get the scoreboard up. That's what should be up. By the way, ranking of these players: 44 in the world for Monfils, 244 in the world for Schwartzman. So, yeah, Frank, you really jinxed. You jinxed Gael. It's all over for him now. Schwartzman epic 5-set comeback is in the bag for sure. Can you imagine? That would actually be crazy. Diego plays a Uno reverse card. Bagels Monfils in the 5th. Gael 2 games away now, 8 points away. However you want to freaking say it. 4-1. Schwartzman return, chipped. Goes out, 7 points. 7 now. 7 points. 15 love. Serve from Gael. Down the T4 into Schwartzman. 4 in Monfils. Back into Schwartzman. 4 into Monfils. That goes out. 15 all. Schwartzman winning more points, which is something, you know. At one point, it was 16 for 19. 16 out of 19 points won for Monfils in the set. Schwartzman at least making it 2 people on the court in the set. Really creating a battle out of this one. But it also kind of shows how well Schwartzman played in that first set. But it just shows that it's hard for him to maintain that over a whole match, which is part of why he's putting down the racket in February. And it'll be sad to see him go because he's absolutely been one of my favorites to watch. I think just one of tennis's favorites to watch. I think a lot of the tennis world shares that. That they really appreciate Schwartzman being in the mix. Well, it's 30 all. Monfils got to be clutch here. Schwartzman's still playing soccer on his side with kicking the tennis ball off his feet. Here we go. 30 all. Serve from Monfils. Let's see what Schwartzman's got in him on the return. First serve goes out. Second serve. 4 on Schwartzman. Off the baseline. Schwartzman thought it was out because he stopped, but point still going. Forehand. That goes out. What's going on here? Monfils might be switching his racket up. 30-40. Is there another twist in the plot? Is there another twist in the plot? All right, let's see. Appreciate everybody joining in for the stream. By the way, play-by-play of the Monfils versus Schwartzman, round 1 of the U.S. Open. I like doing the live streaming gig for the matches. It's like modern radio, in my opinion. So I appreciate everybody joining in for it. Bit of a watch along. All right, serve here from Gael. It's in the net. Second serve. Forehand of Monfils. Forehand of Schwartzman. Backhand of Monfils. Backhand of Schwartzman. Backhand of Monfils. Down the line. Forehand of Schwartzman. That's right on the baseline. Monfils gets it back with a lob. Another high ball. Backhand of Schwartzman. Hits through it. Backhand slice of Schwartzman. Forehand of Monfils. Backhand Schwartzman. That's in the net. It was this time Monfils who kind of stopped a little bit. He thought that Schwartzman's ball was out. So deuce. Wowzers, what did I do crazy? What did you do? Schwartzman with the comeback now. No, listen, have you not seen? I mean, come on, Frank, you've been around the block. You know how jinxes work. They're real. They're real with this tennis thing. It's sports in general. If you're just saying, oh, Monfils got it, it's over. Suddenly, no. Forehand of Schwartzman, the backhand of Monfils. Backhand Schwartzman, the backhand of Gael, going backhand to backhand slice, the forehand of Monfils. Forehand Schwartzman, backhand Monfils, backhand slice. Oh, what a slice! Forehand, forehand Monfils gets it long, or hits it wide, I should say. It's a ridiculous slice from Schwartzman. Always, yep. You can't put those jinxes in. We'll turn the other way. All right, 6 points away still, Monfils from the match. Can he get a big first serve in? He does exactly that, down the tee. Advantage to Gael. Already back at the line to serve. Keeping up the momentum from Cincinnati, from UTS. I mean, I don't know. Is it even worth mentioning UTS? But Cincinnati beat Alcaraz, keeping up that momentum. Second serve here. Back in Monfils. Forehand Monfils. The backhand of Schwartzman. That goes wide. 4 points. 4 points from the win, Monfils. It wasn't always pretty at all, but he's found a way through here. And he's won in these last 3 sets, he's won 17 of the last 22 games, which is really good. 17 out of 22 is pretty crazy. Especially after losing the first set as well. Serve from the Argentine. Backhand of Gael. Inside out. It's a great shot. 3 points for Monfils, who's found more winners from his side, and Schwartzman's definitely not been able to keep up that same intensity. Monfils doing way better on the returner serve now. Wasn't even a liability for Schwartzman in the first set. Really, Monfils not doing enough to put away returner serves, but it's not been the case for the last few sets. Oh, Monfils gets that backhand down the line. It looked like it was going out the whole way through, but it lands in. Love 30. Definitely don't forget to subscribe. Quality Shot Tennis, please, if you are joining in. And I will be covering the Djokovic versus Albot match later. Djokovic, always fun to watch. History. He's history walking in the making off of his historic Olympics run. Trying to go for that 25th Grand Slam as well. Something nobody has done, period. Backhand, cross-court, the backhand slice of Schwartzman. Forehand, inside in. The outside forehand of Monfils. He goes for a big one. They miss it. If he got that, then just pack it up. Pack it up, buddy. We got to get out of here. Pack it up. Leave. Get your things. That forehand hit the line. Go. Pack it up. Rent's due. You got to get out of here. It was very close. 2 points serve from Schwartzman. Down the tee goes long. Second serve for Diego. The backhand of Monfils. Backhand slice of Schwartzman. Back into Monfils. Back inside Schwartzman again. Forehand to Monfils. Big. The forehand to Schwartzman gets it. Forehand slice now of Gael. Back into Schwartzman. Hits the tape. Back into side. 2 match points for Gael coming. 15-40. To get into the second round and play Casper Ruud. Once again, I would say it's like maybe a C+ or a B- if even that high for Gael. It wasn't a great match the whole way through, even though one-sided sets for the last three sets. Maybe B- is fair. He'll definitely want to pick up his level versus Casper, but it's enough to get it done today, it seems. And he's done his best level in the fourth set, and that's why it's a breadstick. And he gets through Diego Schwartzman in a match of 2 fan favorites who've been around the block a while, and 2 of the bigger talents on the tour, no doubt. Good handshake between 2 legends of the game. They'll be remembered, both of them. They both have quite an impact on the game in their own ways. Wow, that's such a great moment. What a handshake between the 2. More of a hug than a handshake. That's a nice moment. Diego might be his last Grand Slam. That's sad, man. I'll miss Diego. I'll miss that guy. All right, I am out of here. Appreciate everybody joining in. Thank you, guys. Oh, hey, Joseph as well. Really jinxed it. Not quite at the end, but I felt that Lamont bagel from the beginning very unfortunate. That means we're going to get it against Casper, though. Frank, that means that we're going to get that bagel against Casper. If you're feeling it still, we're going to get that one. I don't have super high hopes for Ruud, but he should beat Monfils. Yeah, I think he should beat Monfils as well. Breadstick is still not bad. Yep. Yeah, appreciate you, Joseph. Listen, Joseph, I'm going to be doing Djokovic versus Albot later. Hopefully you can join into that one. I know the times work in their own ways. Hopefully you can join in for that one. It was 6-7, 6-2, 6-2, 6-1 for Lamont. Appreciate you guys like always. This was a fun one. And yeah, I'll see you guys for Djokovic later on. Please make sure to join that later. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.